Okay, so I did have some videos of what happened. What day was that? I think this all started yesterday. Wait a minute. Yeah, so I did have some videos about what happened with the whole, um, what's the thing called? The transit staff telling me multiple different things to where I just kept getting on the same train over and over again, and then I kept getting sent back to where I just came from and went to 5 times and stuff like that. So I just decided to go where I could go because, for one, I didn't know how it actually worked. And then you had to have a card, and then you paid to get in, and then you got to do that to get out too. Because the only other time I rode a train was when I was a baby, because I was born here, even though I lived in NC most of my life. But anyway, I didn't know that that's how that worked. So, for one, I had to leave from a station where the security wasn't paying attention enough for me to actually just walk out behind somebody. And honestly, they're probably not paying attention that much anyway at any of them, so I probably could have did that at any, but there was one specifically where there was literally none of them anywhere. That's when I got um on a bus at. And just a lot of stuff happened yesterday as far as like another stranded at a shopping center situation. Except this is I don't even know what I was about to say, but there was the upstairs part where nobody was working in any of those stores, or at least if somebody does work there, they're never there, or they're barely open or whatever. So that's where I was at most of the time. And shopping centers are the best place because they have a lot of people there. There's the bathrooms, then there's food and stuff. And so that's the good thing. But the bad thing is a lot of stores aren't that warm. A lot of them are kind of cold. And then, I guess to make a long story short, a lot of stuff happened last night. Actually, or was that kind of at midnight? I think that was kind of at midnight because that was at 11. So a lot of stuff happened last night. And it was after I had been thinking about this for the longest, but it was after I had really sat down and talk to myself, not out loud, because that's not going to look good, but talk to myself about the fact that really the people that I do talk to, I'm not trying to be rude to anybody, but I feel like a lot of them wouldn't really last because most people I talk to, which isn't that many people, have just been adults that feel bad for me because of my situation, or people that want to use me for something. And so I realized that I've been realized this because I've been breaking out of the codependency and people pleasing since. Well, no, it was still really bad in 2020. So since I definitely stopped being as bad as I used to be in 2021, so I've been thinking about this. But anyway, the fact that nobody really wants to be around me unless they're getting something out of it, or unless I'm playing unpaid therapist or something. I know that people say my trauma is too much for them and my trauma dumping is a lot, and that I'm a quote unquote Debbie Downer and all that. But before I even started talking about any of the stuff that happens, because as you may know, like I say a lot, I didn't even really realize what was going on or how bad it was till mid 2020 when things had um, hit a climax again and things had got bad. Like when I was in the 3-day comas because of getting put on those drugs again. So yeah, when that happened, it wasn't just about that. That was really because my dad had all these different girlfriends, like always, that validated the fact that basically my parents were trying to kill me, and I wasn't even admitting that. But the whole pill thing, and then how they made me sick, and that what my mom did, and how my dad's piggybacking off of it isn't good. So that's when I really realized, and so I've said all that to say, even before I started quote unquote trauma dumping and all that, which I really feel like I'm not even trauma dumping. I feel like if anything, I'm begging for help. Because if I'm trauma dumping is kind of something you do it's like the after the fact when you're already out of the situation, not when you're asking for help because you're still in the situation. I don't even think so. I've been calling myself a trauma dumper, but I don't even really think that's trauma dumping if I'm still in the situation. I'm basically asking for help.